Hi, it is Erin. It is VEDA day 12, right? Yeah. And I couldn't remember for a second there. But anyway, I just had the funniest thing happen. These little boys were telling this story and it was just so funny. But let me back up a little bit. I picked up this mom who had her son and two of his little friends come along, and they went to go do a little outing for today because it's a beautiful day and it's spring break. So I picked them up to go drop them off where they were going, and I'm sorry, I'm just laughing about it, thinking about it, but they were like talking about watching movies, and at first they were saying that they wanted to go see this movie, they wanted to go see that movie, they wanted to go see Kong, which was very good. If you haven't seen Kong yet and you like action, adventure kind of movies, or if you like Tom Hiddleston, which, you know, is my sweetheart, I love him, then I would definitely recommend seeing this movie. But they were talking about what to go see, and they were talking about Beauty and the Beast. Like, one kid suggested it and the other kid was like, no, I don't want to go see that movie, that's a baby movie. And and these kids were probably like 11 or 12 years old. And then one of them was saying something about Finding Dory and how they knew how to speak whale. I mean, it was just funny. They were just cracking me up. And, you know, the mom was just sitting here not saying anything, you know, just like playing on her phone. And, you know, she was just not really paying attention. I'm sitting here like, this is hilarious. These kids are so funny. Okay, so they started talking about ghosts, and I don't know how they got on that subject, but somehow they started talking about ghosts. And one little boy was like, well, there's a ghost in my house for sure. I've seen him. I've seen the ghost. And the other two little boys were like, no, you haven't. You haven't seen a ghost. And the first little boy was like, yeah, I did. I saw a ghost, and he was right around the corner. When I came down the steps, he was right around the corner. I saw him, and then he ran away. And the other boys were like, yeah, right, I don't believe that. You didn't see anything like that. And, you know, one boy was like, I don't even believe in ghosts. I don't believe. And the first little boy was like, well, it doesn't matter if you don't believe in ghosts, because I saw them. I saw him for sure. And I was just like, it was just so funny because he was so into this story. And, you know, he really believed what he was talking about. He didn't sound like he was just making up some story. So, he was like, no, I really did. I've seen this ghost for a couple of years, and he even came with us when we moved. And I was like, well, that sounds kind of weird. Okay. And if you guys don't believe in ghosts, then you probably think that this does sound weird anyway. But I definitely believe in ghosts. I have seen a spirit before, so, you know, I definitely believe in the afterlife and ghosts and things like that. And this little boy said, yeah, I saw him. He was all black, and he was just standing on the chair in my kitchen, and he was like talking about all the different places where he had seen this ghost. He's like, sometimes the ghost turns off the TV, or turns on the TV, or turns off the lights. And when we moved from such and such place and we moved here, then that ghost came with us. And I'm thinking to myself, that doesn't sound like a ghost, that sounds like a demon. because those are the ones that travel with people. They don't, you know, just stay in one spot like ghosts do. They travel with whoever it is that they're haunting. And so again, I probably sound like a complete crazy person to anybody who doesn't believe in this kind of stuff. But, you know, like I said, I've seen a spirit for myself with my own two eyes. And I was raised Catholic, so we definitely believe in demons and stuff like that. So I'm not a Catholic anymore. I'm more of a spiritual person than a religious person. So I don't know if you'd call me non-practicing Christian, or I don't even really consider myself to be Christian, but you know, that's how I was raised, in a Catholic household. And at least in my family, we do believe in that kind of stuff. And you know, like I said, I've experienced something. And so when this little boy started talking about like all the different things that this ghost had done, I was like, this doesn't this does not sound like a ghost at all. It sounds like something malicious. And you know, he just kept talking about it and saying, oh yeah, and one time it was standing at the edge of my bed just looking at me, and one time I mean, he had all of these examples. It was freaking me out a little bit. And then the mom, and I don't think she was that kid's mom. I think she was a different kid's mom. But the mom was just sitting here not even being affected by it at all. And I'm like, are you listening to this? Or do you hear what I hear? I don't know. Maybe she had heard the story before or something. I don't know. Or maybe she just didn't believe in it. But she wasn't saying anything. So I was like, okay, I guess, you know, when you're a mom, sometimes you just tune that stuff out. Like, you know, I definitely know how to tune people out because, you know, I'm a mom, and especially when I was working from home or doing anything like that that required concentration, you know, if my kids were making noise or doing whatever in the background, I would totally just zone out and not pay attention to what they were saying. So maybe that's what she was doing. I don't know. But this kid kept going on and on about it, and I was like, this does not sound good. And so then one kid was like, I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in ghosts. You want to know why? You want to know why? And the first kid was like, I don't care if you don't believe in ghosts, because I believe in ghosts because I have one in my house. And the other little boy was like, I don't believe in ghosts because I believe in Jesus. And I was like, I just wanted to laugh so hard, not because of him saying that, but the way that he said it. It was just so cute, because he was just, you know, saying basically he, you know, had his faith, and that's why he didn't believe in ghosts or anything like that, which, you know, again, that's, you know, if that's his belief, then, you know, that's his belief. But it was just, he was just so emphatic about it. He was like, I believe in Jesus, and Jesus doesn't have ghosts coming around. And I don't know, it was just like, it's just so funny sometimes just eavesdropping on these conversations. You never know what you're going to hear. So, you know, one little boy is saying that there's no such thing as ghosts, and the other little boy is saying, yes, there are, there's a ghost in my house. And the third little boy was just sitting there like, okay, I'm just going to listen to this whole thing. I don't have anything to say. He just was sitting there listening. And the mom, like I said, didn't say anything. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'm going to sit here and be entertained by this and listen to their conversation. And then, you know, eventually they get off that subject, I guess because, you know, nobody was believing the little boy that he had a ghost in his house. And they started talking about some girl that they all go to school with, and they were hoping that she was going to be at the place where they were going. And they were just like, oh yeah, I think she said she's going to be there too, and hopefully I'm going to see her. And they started talking about, you know, like if they looked okay, and I was just like, that is so cute. Like they were trying to, you know, make sure they're dressed nicely and looking presentable for this, you know, little girl that apparently they all have a crush on. So it was just cute. It was so cute. So that was it. That was the ghost story, and you know, the kids talking about little 11-year-old and 12-year-old things. So it was very adorable, because I don't very often get kids in the car. Usually it's, you know, adults who are going back and forth to work and stuff like that. Really the only time I have kids in the car as passengers is, you know, like if the family is going to the airport or whatever. So, you know, I don't get to hear a lot of these little conversations. I kind of miss that, because, you know, my kids are a little bit older. I mean, my daughter's a little bit older, not by much. She's 14 and my son is 18. So, you know, I kind of miss these little kid conversations that can happen, because they can just be so entertaining. But anyway, so I just wanted to talk about that really quick, because it was so cute. It was so funny. So I guess that's it for the day. But again, thank you for watching. Please feel free to comment, especially if you have a ghost story of your own, because I find ghost stories fascinating. I really do. I think it's very, very interesting. And I really like to hear when other people talk about their personal experiences. So if you have something like that to share, please do. Feel free to share that in the comments. And like I said, again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.